Here we go, June 21st. And right next to me is one and only James Maltby. And we'll be competing on our next upcoming event, August 16th, against the opponent that originally was supposed to be happening in March. Finally happened now. Now, let's talk a little bit about what happened on the last event, James. You showed up, weigh in, see your opponent. The guy's Michael Perez.
Michael Perez, yeah.
Michael Perez, and I know he's also from Santa Rosa as well. It's crazy, you know. Showed up, weigh in on the day of the fight, no show. And I text and call, and then eventually got a hold of him after the event, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I don't feel like I'm fighting, and I don't. My corner's not there." And I'm like, "Wow, what a crazy moment."
You know, I don't want to be too rude to him or nothing, but you know, hey Michael, if you ever want to come to the gym, get a spar in, let's do it, bro.
I don't think he will come here to sparring after he showed up on a fight.
I don't think so either, but you know.
But it's crazy
That's
though,
all
you know,
I
like
say about that.
it's like why even bother being the fight business? Why even bother showed up at the weigh-in? Why even bother to book the fight?
Maybe I'm just that scary. Who knows? Maybe I'm just that scary.
Maybe he looking at your sunglasses, your shade, and you're like, better don't showed up. We're gonna get a beat down, you know. But it is what it is. Michael Perez, you know. I hope other promoters out there, if you ever book a fight with this kid, man, be careful. He might not show up to fight, and maybe show up to weigh-in and not show up to the fight. You know, that's kind of crazy. Not too many something like that happens. But it's a pretty shame, you know.
It's all good.
Yes. Now, on this upcoming fight, you're fighting a very, very game opponent, Ralph Zavala. You guys were scheduled to fight one point, and due to your injury, and couldn't make it happen. Now, finally, going to make it happen in August 16th. What do you think of him?
You know, so I was in my interview for the Michael Perez fight. I was calling to get this fight rematched. You know, I really want this fight. I wanted this fight when it was first matched up. I think stylistically it's going to be a really good fight for me to be able to show all my skills. I think it's just going to be a great fight for me all around.
That's pretty good. Now, when you're watching Ralph Zavala's fight, where do you see yourself have an upper hand, and where do you see him as the strongest point?
Well, I think his strong suit is wrestling. I think his strong suit is jiu-jitsu, but I don't think his wrestling is that great. So I think you can't even get me to the ground. How good? It doesn't really matter how good you are at subs, right? If you can't even get to the point where you can do a sub. So I remember in the first interview he said something about I couldn't take him down or something like that. So yeah, I don't think his wrestling is all that at all.
Now, do you see yourself taking him down?
I mean, for sure. Yeah, just because he said that, you know, not even because I really want to. I always love standing and banging. I love throwing kicks, punches, and I want knockouts, you know, because that's the coolest thing. Everybody wants knockouts, right? You want to look like a ninja in there. So I obviously always want the knockout, but yeah, no, for me it's kind of like, yeah, I'm definitely going to take him down, for sure.
That's pretty awesome. Well, hope both you guys interview, both you guys know what you're about to go to do. So your training camp, you know, the last 6 months, you've been non-stop training camp after training camp.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to watching what's the final product look like after a few months. I haven't seen you fight. What kind of an area that you make improvement, make
Yeah, I'm going to look like a whole different fighter. I mean, just based off how long it's been, you know, between the last fight and this fight, I think every area is going to be sharper just based off how long it's been, how much better you naturally get over time. And then on top of that, I'm really amped for this fight. I'm good to go. I'm locked in. I'm ready for this one. So I think that's going to add another level to it.
Now, besides Ralph Zavala, is there any other 135er that in your radar that someday you might want to fight?
You know, I don't really, I hate to say this, but I kind of don't pay attention to who's who. I do come to the fights and I watch the fights when I'm not fighting, but I'll pretty much take whoever I want to fight. I just want to fight, you know, so I'll take whatever 35er, as long as it's 35, that's kind of where I want to stay. Yeah, anybody.
That's pretty fucking awesome, you know. Now, who's your favorite UFC fighter?
I don't know if I got like a favorite off top, but I know I really like Jim Miller just because he's been doing it forever.
God damn, the guy fought in UFC 100,
Yeah,
200, 300.
Stuff like, so I like people with cool stats like that, you know what I mean? I think that's really cool. Who else do I like?
Current UFC fighter who you like?
UFC fighter.
Yes.
I like Peyton Talbot. I like how he fights. He came out of A1. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
With
He's
the hole in his stomach.
He's a big 135er.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I like a lot of the 35ers actually in the UFC. I like Marcus McGee. He's kind of like coming up in 35ers right now.
Yes, I think he's booked on the next fight. He's another beast.
Yeah, I like the more I watch Marab, the more I like how he fights because it's kind of like some people think it's boring to watch, but I always put myself in the shoes of his opponent, like what it would feel like that getting done to you, and I'm like, yeah, that is pretty badass. You know,
how are you gonna stop that?
Yeah, taking somebody down 60 times, you know, it's pretty sick. So
that fucking relentless of a cardio pressure.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you imagine somebody fight like that against you, it's like a fuck.
Yeah, that's a big been a big inspiration for how I've been training lately. I've been running. I've been hitting 2 a day, 6 days a week. So I'll do my running and my sauna or my weights, and then come and do training for a couple hours.
Now I follow your social media. Besides trains in RTC, you're also doing jiu-jitsu in a different gym, right?
Yeah, I go to Gracie Bar in Santa Rosa. Yeah.
That's pretty good. So now you have outsourced a little bit, see a little bit of different scenery.
Yeah. I started at Gracie because I started doing jiu-jitsu before anything,
Right.
and then I eventually kind of found my way here because you got to be in an MMA gym to fight MMA. But I still go to both just because it's like family. You know, I love all my people over there, and I do like training in two places. I feel like it's, you know, both of my gyms get along. So Gracie and over here, we all get along. My coaches all get along from either, and it's good to just have two different perspectives, you know, to go back and forth.
The more training partner, the better.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, you still working in the gas station?
Yes, sir. I'm the night shift guy, man. If you ever come in the night shift trying to give me problems, I'm kicking your ass out and calling the cops. I'm not playing no games with you. I do not care.
Now, at nighttime when you work in the gas station nowadays, you have to really watch out.
I'm on my toes. I stay on
creep
point.
motherfuckers.
That's why you can't really be too nice to people, because you gotta kind of like, can't give people free shit. You can't, whatever. You just gotta be a little bit rude.
You gotta keep the door locked, though, right?
Sometimes. No, they're just free to come in all night long.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of gas stations. The door's locked. You only can have a little.
Oh
tiny
yeah,
window.
no, we don't have that. They come all the way in.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I'm behind the counter all night.
You gotta be careful. Some of those guys might put up with the.
Yeah. Hey, we were told if somebody pulls up trying to rob you, you give them the money. So I don't give. I'm gonna give them the money, man. I don't care.
Yeah, don't.
It ain't worth it for that. I got this to live for.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to, no.
Oh shit! Now, if people want to get a hold of you, James, to buy a ticket, come watching you fight, how can people contact you?
On Instagram, James Maltby MMA. On YouTube, James Maltby MMA. Facebook, James Maltby. Everything's basically just my name, James Maltby. If you want to hit me up, send me a DM. You can even comment under one of my posts if you don't want to send me a DM. Whatever you want to do, just shoot me a message and I will get you a ticket.
That's pretty awesome. Now, Ralph Zavala, finally this fight's happening. If your opponent watching your interview, what do you have to say to him?
Thank you for accepting this fight again. I actually really appreciate it. It would have made sense if you wouldn't have wanted to accept it, because I pulled out the first time, but I'm glad we're making it happen, bro. So let's put on a show for everybody.
That's pretty awesome. Any special loved one, training partners, supporters, people that buy a ticket from you that you want to shout out to?
Yeah, I want to shout out everybody from Gracie. I had a lot of people from Gracie that were supposed to watch the last fight. Obviously, I didn't get to fight because my opponent didn't show up, but I'll shout out to everybody over there. Shout out to everybody from RTC. I want to shout out Not Designer Clothing Co. That's Johnny's company. He hooking me up with all the merch, giving me the free stuff. I'm a little sponsored athlete.
I need an extra large.
Oh, okay, we got you. We'll get you right. If you wear it on the event, you'll wear it on the event.
I will.
All right.
Yeah. Extra large.
All right, and then I want to shout out my mom, my little brother, all my aunties and uncles, all my family and friends, and yeah, pretty much it.
That's pretty awesome. Now, looking forward to the firework, August 16th at Keys Art Pavilion. Order your ticket or directly from the fighter so they can get a little credit for it. You cannot make it to the event. Order your live stream pay-per-view at DragonHouseMMA.com. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, Dragon House MMA on YouTube channel. Zhong Low Cage Fighting Series number 14 is going down August 16th. Door opens at 3 p.m. First fight kicks off at 4 p.m. 20 plus fights all night, non-stop, from 4 p.m. to 9:30, 10 o'clock, non-stop. So prepare, come in, get a beer, get a drink, enjoy your food, tacos, chicken wing. We all have it all. So make sure you come by, have a good night. Enjoy the good night of fighting. Support your boy right there and support your local MMA event. And I'm Zhong Lo signing out. Any last word you want to share?
I just thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and that's it. We all good.
Signing out. Woo!